Alright, we're back. What's going on? We got the C10 going. We're working on that right now. That's the project at hand for today. We got the Holly. I know it looks old and not like it's going to run, but this thing actually works great. That was off of that truck, but the Holly that was on this one is now on that one. And that one runs and drives, but for some reason, after like 20-25 minutes of driving, it'll just die. No notice, no nothing, not like it's running out of fuel, just dies. And it won't start back up. I don't know why. I think it's something in the coil and, you know, in the distributor or something, because it's just instant. It's not like it's starving for fuel or air or anything. So it did that twice now. It did it on my way home from up north, and it did it when I took it around the block the other day, test driving it just to make sure it's all right. So I took the carb off this one, put it on that one, got me home, whatever. So we're throwing this one on. It's only a 650. I'm running on that big block, but it's fuel efficient, I guess you could say, and it works. You know, I could go out and buy a brand new 850 or 900, which is ideal for that motor, because right now with the 650, it's probably making 380, horsepower, so, which is more than enough for the truck. It gets up and goes like pretty quick, especially with that new automatic trans in it. But with like a 900 or an 850, it would probably be pushing 450 tops, and just because the fueling and air ratio would be a lot better. But for this truck, we're on smaller tires, 33s. Looks like a lot of room in there. There is, but yeah, so it's got enough torque and power to get out of its way and stuff, and it tows this truck and side-by-sides like nothing. But I want to get this truck going. Dream cruises this weekend. If I can get it there, that would be nice, but I was driving it down to Hot Rod Power Tour in Monroe, and it, for some reason, died, and I don't understand why, but it also made like no power, so I'm going to swap the rockers from 1.5s back to 1.6s and see what that does. And because there'll be stock rockers on a mild cam, that's what's in this. And then I put the aluminum intake on and stuff, and it just ran, but it didn't run great. And I was like, well, maybe if it drives, and it drove, but it was like slow as can be. So I think it's the rockers are just too much. It's too much lift for everything, and so we're gonna go back to the stock rockers. And if that doesn't work and it doesn't make good power, then we'll I got another motor in the works, let's just say that. Another hot rodded 350 that's like at the machine shop, it's going through. It's going to be a nice motor, minimum 400 NA, and then we'll spray it for 650, if not 700 horse and stuff. That's just what's coming, because I want this thing to be reliable, and I'd like to drive it this winter, possibly down to Florida or somewhere warm. Nice two-wheel drive truck, throw the bags in the back, get 15-20 miles a gallon, which is what this motor actually got 2 years ago when I drove it and stuff. But yeah, so sits with a tarp on it just because it leaks water, but I'm getting a roof built over this here probably this weekend or sometime soon, so that way I can not have to worry about water getting in and stuff. So, but yeah, so get that bolted on, jumper cables on, figure out why it's running like that. If not, I'll pull the valve covers, swap the rockers, tighten them all down, and then try it again and go from there. And if it still runs like crap, well, I'm not out anything. So we'll see. I'll get you updated when we get back. All right, so the carb is on. It's tight, ready to go. I think the plug for that battery, that wire, I'm not sure what it's for. I forgot. Got that jumped. It's been running for a minute. Take that off so that way it don't fall. And I guess see what it does. I threw some gas down its throat. Let me throw some more because that was a few minutes ago. About to have a big old bonfire too. But yeah, I want to get both these running so I can at least drive them this summer a little bit. There's that. Set that down there. See what it does. Yeah, I want to finish this interior. Brand new carpet, get the seat reupholstered. You know, good dash. Oh, that ain't good. Let me figure some wiring out. Okay, so I got it running, but I can't kill it from the key for some reason all of a sudden. And it definitely needs rocker change because it's not liking this cam. Just listen. Well, it sounds really good. But it's too much cam for the motor. And it died. But yeah, it's too much cam, and I have to use this wire to kill it, which I don't know why suddenly I have to use that because I never had to before. But I'm done for the day. This can be taken over tomorrow and stuff, so pull the rockers, put the old ones in. Hopefully it changes a lot, but if not, it is what it is. I'm going to try this one next. And if this thing would stop dying on me, which I'm going to take the cap off this one and put it on here. And if it stops dying on me, I'll drive this to Woodward because I haven't driven it in a month and a half now, and it needs to be driven, especially washed, because look at the wheels and everything. I mean, I don't know what's up with the limestone dust, but yeah. So I guess we'll see next time. All right, so we're back. I got the original stamped rockers in. The other one, I ended up finding this cylinder, or that, what is it, intake valve, or rocker. The push rod was sticking up like that high. It punched a hole right through the rocker. And so that's, I think, part of why it wasn't running good. But got it all off, got them tight enough to run. They need to be adjusted, so while it's running, I'm going to go through and readjust them, and we'll go from there, see what we can figure out. And then if it starts running fine, I'm going to drive it probably around the yard, and then if it's good enough to drive there and revs up, like yesterday it wasn't revving out, probably take it down the road. It's already 7 o'clock at night. I still got to work tomorrow, so I got to be up early, so we'll see. I'd like to take it to the Woodward Dream Cruise, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about it if I can't. If I can at least drive it to town and wash it, I'd be fine with that too. So let me get it running, see if I can get those adjusted, and then I'll be back. just went to Woodward this weekend with my buddy Matt, my brother and his girlfriend, and didn't end up taking the truck because, I mean, it doesn't run right for some reason, and I haven't heard back from the shop about the 350 I'm building, so we're just gonna put this on the back burner kind of for now, unless I do the cam swap back to the old cam. Hopefully that would clear everything up and go from there. We're gonna move to this truck because Labor Day weekend's coming up. I want to go up north, go up to the lake. Like to take this truck, but what I need to do is figure out why it's not running after 20 minutes on the road, and I need to get the transmission. I need to get the grade 5 bolts out, put grade 8 bolts in, Loctite, lock washer, and then like a cylinder with a tab off of it so I can bolt it to the block and then to the Pontiac trans, being that it is a BOP transmission to a GM division motor, or a Chevy GMC division motor. So that's coming up. I'm going to do that probably this week. And then I got to tighten all the transfer case and everything, so that way I know that's good to go. Get the whole drive line good. And probably put a new cap, new ignition module, and check the rotor, check all the stuff with the distributor, see what's going on there, and hopefully take it. I'm not going to Silver Lake. I might just go up to like Onaway area and go out with my buddy on his boat and stuff. We'll see about that, but it'd be nice to get this sucker out and driving again. Same with this truck, but this one's a little bit more of a hard, like it's a little bit harder of a task. This one at least does run and drive. Ooh, look at that sucker. Don't want to mess with him. So yeah, it needs a bath bad. Both of them do. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, there really isn't much that really happened other than the burnouts. The burnouts were fun. Woodward was fun. Kind of went later in the evening because kind of had some other things pop up where someone locked their keys in the car, so we spent like 2 hours trying to get those out. Wasted a bunch of time there. And then, being that I haven't seen my buddy Matt in a while, we went out to dinner at Smoke Doctor. Good food as always. And by the time we got out to Woodward, it was already like 8:30. So we ended up calling it. We drove around, did a bunch of laps and stuff, saw a cool 7.3 short bed, single cab short bed truck. There wasn't anything else. I mean, it was just kind of a lot of common traffic. Like, you'd have your rigid, you know, every now and then, like a cool lifted truck or a cool muscle car stuff, which was pretty cool. You know, it's always cool to see that stuff back on the roads, get it out driving. It's meant to be driven. It's a car, it's a truck. It's meant to be driven, not sit in some garage or something. So yeah, hopefully we got more coming with that down the line. Like I said, I want to get this truck going, drive this more this summer, and then hopefully this truck I'll do a series. I'm building the motor that I'm building for it. That's going to be like over the next couple months because it's not number one in line. I have this I want to finish. I got welding stuff I got to do. You know, that's priority. So slowly it'll happen, and then like if anything, we can do some crazy videos with this mower. I know it's kind of cheap, whatever, but I want to take the deck off again because the pulleys don't line up 100% because the one got bent. So I might build a jump for it and waste its life on that, and then probably tear it down and do like a lowered riding mower go-kart kind of thing. Put like a 2-stroke 600 out of a Polaris or a Articat or Yamaha or something, an old snowmobile motor with a CVT clutch transmission, so that way, you know, you can at least get the power out of it, and then have like the small donut go-kart. I've never built one. I'd like to. I think that'd be pretty cool. So if that's a possibility, that might be coming down the line. But I want to kind of waste the life of this, and I'm just going to use like the chassis and stuff to cut it down, shorten it, lower to the ground so you get low gravity and or low center of gravity. So we'll see whatever happens, but kind of play it by ear of what happens going out from now. But like I said, this will be down probably the next video, probably getting that tore apart, put back together, and then maybe clips of that too, messing around with that, because the motor's got rod knock when it gets hot on oil temp. Cold, it's fine, run around the yard, but we were going to use a brush mower. Deck's kind of shot on it as is, so we'll see. More to come. So see y'all in the next one. Subscribe, like, comment what you want to see going on. If you like the square bodies, I'll stick to doing that. If you kind of want to see some off the wall builds with like an old mower, we'll do something like that, because like I said, I've always wanted to build something that's small, fast, put 500 bucks into, and then, you know, go ripping down the roads and stuff. So might do that, but yeah, so we'll see. Stay tuned.